Oh, I'm the busiest man here.
But you're pleased to sit down?
This is actually going to be quite nice to get, like, if I can get 20 minutes just sat on my arse. Please. It will really help. I've been pulled from pillar to post since I got here.
We were a bit worried that you were going to take half an hour to get over with all this sort of Brewer mania.
I'm going to, if anyone can hear this, and I know you're streaming it, I apologise to the 10 or 20 people on the way here. Mike, can I get a shot with my car? We can't, we have to get here and we have to get back to the stage, and I've got to go and do another presentation elsewhere. So I apologise to those people. I'm never rude. I don't want to be rude, but unfortunately I'm on somebody else's clock today. Yeah. Somebody else is paying me to be there. So I just have to get around the building, and I apologise if I blow past people. I really do.
That's all right. The rumour mill is going to be spinning now. The Daily Mail or something.
There's nothing more disappointing than doing this show, and I've done this show now for 20 years. There's nothing more disappointing than going home at night and seeing the wonderful comments, and then there'd just be the one comments that say, yeah, you're all right. I tried to say hello to you today and you blanked me, and I go, I remember, but I didn't mean to. It's not. There's no way I meant to do that. I just had no choice. Somebody's holding my hand, dragging me through the hall. So I apologise.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure, Andy.
We start with these.
So you've got a ladybird on your shoulder.
Yeah,
came along.
I'll bring those with me.
Front row seat.
I have an infestation of them at my house, unfortunately. I do, genuinely.
I was going to ask you how your grass is, actually.
Yeah, my grass. Actually, I've got a company called Mulberry Groundscapers. I don't know what we're talking. It's a very middle-aged conversation.
So I'm a gardener by trade.
They are going to come and scarify the lawns, reseed it, and hopefully I'll have a bowling green by next spring.
Super.
Sounds perfect.
I hope so. Should we talk about cars?
Yeah. So for those tuning in, we say for the benefit of the tape, we're joined by Mike Brewer. Probably don't need much more of an introduction. You've been in this game for quite a long time, been on the television entertaining us all, so thank you very much.
Yeah, nearly 30 years of TV now, so I think I'll get a carriage clock at some point. Something's going to happen. I know on my 30th year next year, somebody is going to hand me, I don't know, or kick me out the door, one or the other. That's enough. You've done your time there, go.
We've changed our mind.
Yeah, we've changed that mind. That's all right, I don't mind either.
It was only a maternity cover. We ask people, what's your earliest car memory? And then we'll start from there.
Oh, that's a good one. So earliest car memory, it's going to sound like I'm making this up as well, because, car memories can only be triggered by an event that happens. You can't, it has to be something that you remember. And this is a weird one, and it's going to sound like it's crap, but it's absolutely truth. We was in my family's console going down to Sheerness for our holiday. Okay. And I'm the baby of 6. So back then, it wasn't no law about you can only have 4 people in the car or 5 people. There's my mum and my dad at the front, and there's 6 kids on the bench seat in the rear. And I remember it's a hot day. We're heading down. My brother Terry is sitting in the window. I'm the baby, so I'm sort of sitting in the middle. I'm the youngest, probably about 3 years of age, sitting in the middle between my 2 sisters, or 3 sisters. And then my dad's flat cap blew off his head, and it went out of the driver's window and came into the rear window and landed on my brother's head.
Really?
Boomerang.
Now that sounds like it's rubbish, doesn't it? But it genuinely happened. We were going down the motorway and it blew out, come back in. And we were like, that really happened.
Sounds like Laura and Martin sort of stuff.
My brother, that also the other memory of that, again, it's going to sound like it's, but you can't make this stuff up, can you? No. It's too odd. My brother caught a stingray he was just beach fishing. Like he's only 12 or 13 at the time. He's beach fishing and he caught a stingray thing by the eyelid. Brought it in and it was hooked in its eyelid. How about that? 2 memories from that console.
When's the last time you spoke about that story as well?
My mum passed away last year, and we were trying to get because my mum fortunately had 13 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren, and we were trying our hardest to get my mum to sort of write down memories before she went for the kids. Yeah. And these are some of the memories that we were speaking about. So they only appeared again last year before she passed, but we got to talk about them.
So take us through the console. What colour was it? Do you remember?
I think it was black. Yeah.
Okay.
I also believe. I mean, it's kind of a controversial thing, but it fell up. My dad had it on axle stands, and he was working underneath it, and it rattled off the axle stands and landed on him.
Ooh.
And we lived in Brixton in the 1970s, which was a hotbed of racism. And it was a black chap that come past and literally had Samsonite strength and lifted the car up and slid my dad out, and they become best friends.
Wow.
And it sort of broke my dad was quite a well-known character. It sort of broke the barrier. Broke the divide. It broke the barrier. So, you know, we become great friends with all the families that lived on our council estate. And I can remember that time. It was very charming.
Fantastic. Do you know what came after the console?
Yes. So then my dad, he's quite a well-known car customizer.
Okay.
So there were cars in between, and there'd be a prefect in there and a full pop and things like that. But then my dad became well-known as a car customizer, got the front cover of a few magazines. Now I'm about 9-10 years of age. You know, I'm getting 8, 9, 10 years of age. During my school holidays, the 6-week school holidays, I would spend in the garage with my dad. I revisited it recently on my show, Born Dealer. And when I relived that moment, it was really emotional to go back and tread through that same path again. And my dad quite famously did a hot rod for a guy called Mickey Bray, which was called Pinball Wizard, which is a full pop. And lots of this car community will know that car. And then he famously did another car, which was a Vauxhall Victor, which was called Some Like It Hot. It was a Marilyn Monroe tribute car, and they both were headline cars, you know, for Hot Rod magazine. And I can remember being around those cars and doing the Chelsea cruise every last Saturday and every Friday. We'd go and do the Chelsea cruise. Last Saturday and every month, not every Friday. We'd go and do the Chelsea cruise, and they were just wonderful days. You know, you might think. My dad says I reluctantly dragged you around car shows.
Yeah.
That's what he says. But when I think back, yes, I probably was a little, I don't want to go. I want to build my skateboard, you know. But now when I think back, all I remember is those days, those good days.
Yeah.
You know, seeing these amazing cars with their glittery paintwork and chrome wheels and you know, mad concepts like there was a huge 300 canopy on a milk float with a V8 engine in the back. I got to see all these wacky creations. And as a kid who loved Thunderbirds, you know, this was like seeing Thunderbirds in real life.
Yeah.
It was quite an amazing time. And I'm very fortunate to have been born at that time and been through that period of time, because we lost it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was your dad doing that as a business for other people? So was he building the cars for other people or for himself?
Cars. He had his own garage. My dad's name's Roger. This is a good one. My dad's name's Roger, and his best mate is Roger, and their business was called Roger.
Like taxi drivers.
It was at the back of the Mews in Streatham High Street, and that's where it's. And I went there like a month ago on my show, Born Dealer, and it's still the same cobbled Mews, and the garage is still there. It's now the back of, you know, some shop, I mean, they had this business, Roger. I think my dad had another job at the time. He was delivering record sleeves. There's this kid wouldn't know, but there's these things called records. There were these black vinyl things.
Not a criminal record.
Yeah, not a criminal record. And they used to go in a sleeve, like a cardboard sleeve, and
like an Amazon envelope.
Like an Amazon, and that's where he met my mum, actually. And the sleeves. I went to work at the printers that made the record sleeves. My first job, and my dad used to deliver those around London, and I think he did that at the same time he had the garage as well.
Okay.
Did your dad have music in the car, Mark?
He always had playing, and I still play it and live on it today. A great Birmingham band, ELO. Yeah. ELO was very much always being played in the car. 10cc, Queen. Supertramp, you know, that's my my period of music growing up was that. I think my mum was more Diana Ross, you know, that was her music. And me, by the time I was 14, 15 years of age, I was obsessed with the jam and mod culture. So Paul Weller's car's here today. I'm like, I want to buy it. It's for sale going through today, and I'm desperate to buy it.
What is it?
It's a Mercedes 250. It's beautiful. It's been restored by the Weller family. It was his dad's car and Paul's car. It's a brilliant 15 grand Mercedes 250 that's guided at 50 grand.
Okay.
What year is it?
It's 1971.
Right. Okay.
So it's the sad headlamps, the stand-up headlamps. Yeah, I mean, an amazing car. I'd love to own it, but I'm not paying 30 grand for premium because Paul Weller signed the dashboard. I love him, but I don't love him that much. Michelle wants a kitchen. That takes preference.
Is she here with you today?
Michelle's over on the stand. We're on the corner of Hall 5. We have been for the last 20 years here because I run the Meet the Experts stage. Yeah. So we're in the corner of Hall 5. We've got the Wheeler Dealer merchandise shop. My daughter Chloe is there. We're selling our merchandise, and we're always flat out busy over in the corner of Hall 5 because I come off the stage where we get a crowd, like this. We get a lovely audience, and I come off, work my way over to the shop somehow, and then it goes mental at the shop. We sell a load of T-shirts and caps, and then I go back to the stage and it resets and we do it all over again. So, the girls work very hard at these shows. So, do you remember kind of memorable journeys with, like, where were you going? Were you going away on holiday in the cars, or like when you lost the hat, for example? Yeah, we were going down to Sheerness-on-Sea, and I do remember journeys. We were an incredibly poor family. I mean, we lived in a council house, a 3-bedroom council flat, not a house in Brixton. We were incredibly poor. We had no money. But the only thing that we did have was a car, and that was our access to the outside world. And I had amazing parents, and I knew that they were poor. Growing up, I could feel they were poor. And that when I was a kid from Brixton, I'm wearing my sister's knickers, at the age of 10, and I'm hand-me-downs, and that's the way it was. And I knew I was poor, but they used the car at every opportunity to get us away from London and to get us away from that and get us down to the coast. And almost every family picture is us on the beach at Burnham-on-Sea or, down at Laysdown. And almost every family picture is us doing something every weekend. Even if it was miserable and rainy, we would do something. Do you remember other cars on the neighbourhood, kind of belonging to neighbours, or were you the only family with a car? We were sort of we were the first family in the council estate, I think, or in our block that had a television. Okay. I don't know where my dad got the dodgy television. That was the other job. But my earliest memory, it's a really weird memory, is I remember being in my cot. How about that for a memory? Holding onto the bars and crying. I can see it now. I can see it in my head. And it was the World Cup final in my house. So everyone was screaming and shouting, and I can remember holding onto the bars terrified, crying. So that's my earliest memory, because that's always going to stay with you. You got 50 giant people in a flat screaming at something. I don't understand what it is, and I'm terrified, shaking like a leaf in a cot. And I remember that. The cars on the estate, I just remember I do remember the Hillman Minx. I remember a Coma van. I remember as well, and this is a good memory, I was Thunderbirds obsessed as a kid, and I remember in 1970, it must have been 1971, so I would have been 7 years of age, obsessed with Thunderbirds, and I was standing on Brixton Hill, and this green car slowly came past in the traffic, and I can remember this is my first squeeze a hand moment with my dad and going, oh my God, I love, this is how I understand cars. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was Thunderbird 2. So Thunderbird 2, the green car comes past and I'm like, oh, it's Thunderbirds. And it wasn't until I grew up, I realised I was looking at a green Citroen Maserati. Yeah, that's what came past. And that could be Thunderbird 2 as a 7-year-old. So I went and bought one. Most painful car I've ever owned, but I went and bought one. But yes, that was sort of cars that are around that I can remember as a kid.
I saw in your show, Mike, you recently sourced your dad a new car. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Max.
Has he always been Ford loyal?
Vauxhall he was kind of loyal to Vauxhall with the Victors, and he has an amazing 1961. I could have got that wrong. It might be a 62 tall finned PA Cresta. which he's got, which is a lovely car. He takes it out every weekend to car shows. I've just walked past one, actually, or got dragged past one by Cheryl. I need to go back and take a picture of it to send to my dad. It looks gorgeous. So he was a Vauxhall man, and then it's quite. My dad's quite an old stickler. So I said, my mum was getting old, and she had a chair. And I said, what you need, Dad, is an S-Max. You need something like practical, something low down that you can slide Mum into, because he had a Discovery as well. And I said, you can't lift Mum up into a Discovery. She has to slide from one to the other, you know. So I said, an S-Max is the perfect height. I'm a full brand ambassador myself, so I know S-Max inside out. I ain't driving one of them. I'm not driving one of them. No, Dad, honestly, they're great. You'll love it. Nah, not getting one of them. So I bought him one, right? The first one. This is years ago. Took it down to him, and I remember I took him out the house, said, I got you a car, Dad, I bought you this. And he went, what's that? I said, that's a Ford S-Max. I don't want one of them. I said, Dad, honestly, it's not for you, it's for Mum. You can fold the seats down, you can put the chair in the back. When you've got the grandkids down, you can fill it up with kids, you can go to the beach for the day, Mum's chair can be in the back. You'll love it. Not interested. I said, come and get in it, and I'll take you around the block. We get in it, he turns the ignition on, he sees the coil light, and he goes, it's an oil burner. And I went, yeah, he went, I've never driven a diesel, son, I'm not I'm not going to... Anyway, he puts it in the gear, he drives less than a mile down the road, he goes, this thing's bloody amazing. It's like a bloody spaceship. And I went, it is, isn't it? I said, now put it in second and put through the gears. And he went, Jesus, oh, Christ almighty, yeah, this is... Right, so that was then. A month later, ready? A month later, an S-Max I bought for my mum. He's lowered it, put split rims. My dad lowered it, split rims, a fake carbon fibre bonnet, fake mirror caps, LED bloody high definition lights at the back for braking. Absolutely ruined it, completely ruined it. And I can't say that to him. Bonnet clips on a diesel S-Max, put bonnet clips on it.
This is a one of one.
He was driving that around. He wouldn't let it go. He chipped it, so it had like ridiculous horsepower. Absolutely love it because he's a car customizer.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely loved it, but thinks he's 18, and he had that vehicle for 10 years. And it was about, 6 months ago. I was down there. I went down to see him because he's been struggling since my mum passed. I went down to see him, and there's that stupid car on the driveway. I said, Dad, it looks flipping, it's embarrassing. And he went, it's getting tough to get through an MOT now, son, getting tough. I said, well, let me sort you out. So I went and bought him another, newer. I said, what do you want? And he went, I want an S-Max. And I went, okay, well, I'll find you. There's a brilliant, they got a new auto that's wicked. I said, that's got the new shape auto. It's the run-out vehicle with the Vignali. It's got the electric seats front and rear, dual-zone air conditioning. He went, I want a grey manual diesel S-Max. I went, no, the auto. He went, no. I said, well, hold on a minute. You're going to replace the grey manual diesel S-Max with another grey manual diesel S-Max. He went, exactly. Now, I don't know if you know, but there's only like 5 for sale in the UK. Yeah. They're incredibly rare S-Maxes. People hold on to them. They love them. They're such a good car. But I managed to find one, delivered it down to him. It had the big wheels. It's beautiful. Delivered it down to him. One owner from new, one lady owner from new. Beautiful car. Dropped it down to him. That was 4 months ago. Give my sister a little Fiat 500 at the same time. That was 5 months ago. I went down and see my dad 2 weeks ago. He's lowered it, put split rims on it, carbon fibre fake bonnet. He's absolutely garroted it. He's ruined it. And I don't know what to say. If it makes him happy, it makes him happy.
Yeah.
My mum ain't got to get in it anymore. No. That's the most important thing. But it makes him happy. So, now he loves his S-Max and his PA Cresta.
Are there any of your dad's kind of the custom builds still around? Like, is there anything you want to source?
Yes, Pinball Wizard is still very much a sought after for shows. Classic hot rod. I think it's the only hot rod ever that's been plagiarised. So there's about 10 Pinball Wizards.
Okay,
they're all full pops. There's about 10 of them in the market around. Not in the market, in the circuit around. And that's rare. You know, a custom car is exactly what it says on the tin. It's unique to a person. Yeah. It's a customised car. but this one is so famous it just got copied over and over again. But the original one, Mickey Bray's one that my dad helped build, that original car is still out there in the circuit.
Cool. And have you got any itch to get hold of it?
You know what? I met Mickey Bray's family. They've come to these shows, and it's been charming to meet them. That family don't own it anymore. It's been moved on, and I think the person who's got it hides it and holds on to it very carefully. Yeah, I mean, if you're here and they approach me at the show and say, "Would you like to buy Pinball Wizard?" I'd have a very serious conversation with them. But I keep telling him Michelle wants a kitchen.
Or a grey diesel Max.
Or a grey diesel S-Max for me, Dad. But Michelle does want a kitchen. Have you seen my show?
I've seen it.
That house was a school, so it's a commercial kitchen.
I was saying to Andy, you could have put us up probably this week.
I could have done, yeah. It's got 15 bedrooms. I can't. It's ridiculous. Why we got it, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Are you staying put still?
I'm selling. Michelle's staying put. So work that one out. We have this argument every day, me and Michelle. I'm selling the house. I got it on the market. I'm selling the house. She's going, "Oh, well, you can come and visit me." That's what she says. Come and visit me.
Go down to Sheerness.
Go down to Sheerness. I just want. I'm quite happy to go and live in a 2-bedroom flat. That's all I need. I don't need any of that nonsense. It's just vulgar. I don't need it.
And you get moss in your grass as well.
I'd rather have cars. I'd rather have cars. I live in the cars.
Can you take us back to your dad's workshop, kind of smells, sights, the sort of thing? Was he only doing custom stuff, or would he do
No, he would do run-of-the-mill cars, to pay the bills. He would do run-of-the-mills car. And, yeah, I mean, I remember, when you think of faults, they come back in your
head. I love
head.
the smell of paint. Like, I remember going to workshops kind of as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was always the smell of, 3-in-1, because my dad had this, he used to say to me all the time as a 7-8-year-old lad sitting on the floor watching him underneath a car, my dad would say, "Give me the number 10, son," and I'd pass him a 10. And he'd go, "Right, put it back in the box, wipe it." And I would have a rag that was soaked in 3-in-1, and I'd have to wipe it with the 3-in-1 before it went back in the toolbox. And he always used to tell me that, just look after your tools, son, look after your tools. And he told me that, and I still do it today. I still keep an oily rag nearby, and I always wipe a tool before I put it back. I remember when my granddad died, and we went to my granddad's tool in the garden, to where my granddad kept the garden tools, and they were those beautiful wooden-handled, lovely trowels and forks, and they were pristine. And every one of them smelt of 3-in-1 oil. Yeah. And I know now where my dad gets it from. My dad was told that as a kid, and he passed it on to me.
And obviously, despite the fact you sell cars generally, you're pretty handy with the spanners.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, it's fake.
Just a pretty face.
I'm just a pretty face. I wish I was. They think it's fake. But no, I probably built 100 cars, over 100 cars myself. I build my own cars in my car collection. I'm a very well-versed mechanic, and I can pull anything apart and put it back together. But that's not what the show is. People want to see me running around buying and selling cars and me hand over that task to somebody else. That's not what the show is. It's rather frustrating because on Wheeler Dealers, on this new series of Wheeler Dealers, actually, the World Tour, you see me on the tools a lot more. So I'm diving in and helping out because we have a limited time. So you see me on the tools. But on the previous versions of Wheeler Dealers, the workshop was always like the domain of Ed, or it was always the domain of Ant. Elvis is a bit more open to, letting me get in on the tools, and we put that on screen a bit more.
Given what your dad did for a living, was it always going to be a case of you were going to follow in his footsteps? Obviously, you were getting oily when you were a kid, that sort of thing.
I'll be honest with you, I know nothing else. I sort of was brought up in a car-loving family. I obsessed over cars as a kid. My library is nothing but car books. And I sort of don't know anything else. I sort of loved Thunderbirds as a kid and cars. That was it. And if somebody had said to me, do you like fashion? No, not really. Do you like, do you like football? Not particularly. I weren't back then, not particularly. It was just cars. It was always cars for me. And I'm going to say, because I think Cheryl's saying we have to get back to the other stage. I'm going to say cars have given me, I'm 61 now, and cars have given me the most incredible life. I've had the most amazing life. If I went tomorrow, I wouldn't complain one single bit. You know, I've been around the world half a dozen times, bought, sold cars on every continent in the planet. I've met amazing people all over the planet in the car world. I've got to live in California for 6 years, being immersed in that car culture in California. I get to do this for the last 20 years, you know, come and host these shows. Cars have given me this incredible life, and I owe a lot to cars. So, yeah, I absolutely don't know anything else, and I bloody love them.
Thank you
Brilliant.
so much, Mike. Really
Yeah, thanks,
appreciate
Absolute
it.
pleasure. You have a cracking rest of the day.
You
Wonderful.
too.
Thank you.